think in English. I believe you have started thinking in English. Okay? And if you think, it is going to make a difference. Okay? So, once again, a very good evening from qSarthi, Sarika ma'am, your Sarthi, for making you achieve. Today I am going to tell you about pronunciation. Okay? उच्चारण, जिसे हम बोलते हैं उच्चारण, जिसे हम बोलते हैं pronunciation. Okay? Now the thing is, first class, general tips were given to you. And one thing that I told you in first class, lecture 1. Okay? First class, the main thing I told you in lecture 1, that your thought process. Think in English all the time. Constant reminder, okay? Keep on reminding yourself. A constant reminder, okay? A constant reminder to speak in English. To think in English, okay? This was the first lecture. Lecture 2. To help you start with bit of conversation, okay? To help you start with bit of conversation, I had started about, or you can say, talking about description, talking about people, and the grammar that we have to use at this point of time is simple present tense. This was what I told you yesterday, right? Okay. Now, today what are we going to do? We are going to talk about silent letters. In one of the movies, Amitabh Bachchan has said in English is a funny language. But I can speak English, I can walk English, I can laugh English, I can dance English. This is what you can also do. You can also laugh English, talk English, walk English, and do anything in English. But then what is the funny part that you find sometimes? Some letters are written in the word, but they are not spoken. Okay, we do not speak them. We do not bring it out. They are silent. They are on a sleep mode. There are some letters in English words that are on a sleep mode. And why they are on a sleep mode? Why they are not spoken? Why don't we, there is no sound of those words, letters in a word? Why? Because they are called silent letters, and we have some letter before or after them that prompts to do so, okay? And another thing that you have to keep in mind is, that is why it is sometimes called a funny language. There are set rules. You just can't say anything, okay? Like I've seen some people call it Island, okay? Some people call it Iceland. Some people call it Island, okay? But I call it island. S is silent here. But why S is silent here? You should know the rule. It is not only in island. In any word, if before S there is a vowel, that is I, A-E-I-O-U, then S is never spoken. So these are the few tips that you have to keep in mind before we start to study and start to speak English. So, you know, small things we'll do day by day. One thing, every day, 24/7, we have to think in English. At the same time, we have to pick up more instances. We have to pick up more situations. We have to create an environment around us which will give us the opportunity to talk more on something called description. It can be the description of a character, it can be the description of a place you had visited, it can be description of a new house that you had just seen, a movie that you had, the mall that you visited. Description, 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 description. Create a situation, create a conversation with your friends where you get the chance to talk about description. Why? Because the second class says simple present tense. So keep thinking, keep thinking, keep thinking. Start creating situations where you get more chance to express the description part, because the more you will practice, the better it is going to be for you. It is all about practice to speak the word correctly. Okay, we sometimes do not speak the word correctly and we cut a sorry picture. That is what you have to keep in mind. Okay, so we will start with the pronunciation part. First of all, pronunciation से ही शुरू करते हैं हम. Okay, pronouns, इसको तो हम प्रोनाउंस बोलते हैं, बट कई लोग जहाँ पे CIATION हो जाता है, मैंने सुना है कई लोग प्रोनाउंस है तो उसको प्रोनाउंसिएशन बोलते हैं. प्रोनाउंस is as pronounce O, but when we talk about the minute the spelling changes, the minute you see that spelling on top, you see that spelling on top, it changes. Why? Here we have this O, right? What do we have here? We have this O, so that it may comes out to be as noun. Fine. But here when we are writing pronunciation, O is removed. O is removed completely. Okay. And it becomes none. Okay. So we are going to talk about, then we will not use O. We will use none. First thing is this, you have to remember. You are never going to say pronunciation. Okay, ma'am, your pronunciation is very good. Ma'am, your pronunciation is very faulty. Okay, ma'am, my pronunciation is not good. No, you will not say pronounce. You will say pronunciation. You will say pronounce, but you will not say pronunciation. You will say, ma'am, your pronunciation is very good. Ma'am, your pronunciation is faulty. Ma'am, my pronunciation is good. Ma'am, my pronunciation is improving. So noun changes to none. Is that clear? This is the first word that you have to understand whenever you are talking about pronunciation. आगे बढ़ने का कोई फायदा नहीं है जब बेसिक ही हम गलत बोलते हैं. Okay. Now we have to start about the silent letters. Here is a list of some letter combinations with silent words. हमारा basic focus है silent के ऊपर, silent letters पे. I thought, okay, day before yesterday in the first lecture, I spoke and spoke and spoke and spoke so much about your psychological approach and things like that. It was too much of it. Yesterday, again, it was, a lengthy session of grammar. Again, I must have been a little bugging for you, must have been a little taxing for you. I didn't want to do any grammar today, or I didn't want to do a lot of talking today. I wanted to do something interesting, so that whatever I'm speaking here, the way I'm taking out the sounds, wherever you are sitting in the comfort zone of your latitudes and longitudes, there also you are going to utter with me, you are going to speak with me, okay? And if you are able to do it properly, I need your responses. Please give your responses. Please tell me, how are you finding the classes? Have you started doing your thought process? Okay, have you started thinking in English? All those who are making an effort, all those who have started a teeny bit of it, doesn't matter if it is a little effort you have made, just give me a thumbs up that yes, I am thinking in English. I need your thumbs up. Okay, for that. The more thumbs ups, the happier I will get. Okay. Now here we are starting with silent B. B, letter B. Letter B is silent in many cases. In many cases, letter B is silent. Let me remove all this. It's more like a game, more like a fun. Okay, it takes so much of time to do all this. Now when we talk about it, Desi English, or it looks more like Hinglish, Hinglish. It is less of an English, it is more of an Hinglish. Ask an Englishman. उसकी आत्मा कितनी दुखती होगी कि मेरी भाषा को कैसे बोला जा रहा है, कैसे प्रोनाउंस किया जा रहा है. So we are here to keep this in mind. You see, CLIMB, किसी चढ़ाई को चढ़ना. हम लोग junior classes से, even I have seen some English teachers also call it climb. B. They are using climb. No, its pronunciation is climb. Why? If there is a letter M and after letter M अगर B आता है तो उस B को हम नहीं बोलते. Fine. So it is not climb, it is climb. And the B will be removed. चढ़ाई चढ़ना. Climb the mountain. We do not say climb the mountain. We say climb the mountain. Say it with me wherever you are. M लिखा हुआ है तो हम M पर ही रुक जाएंगे. B को हम नहीं बोलेंगे. B को हम स्लीप मोड पे डाल देंगे. B किस में चला जाएगा? B स्लीप मोड पे चला जाएगा. B नहीं बोला जाएगा. Is that clear? Okay. Same way, CRUMB. Okay. CRUMB हम क्या बोलते हैं? Crumb, crumb, crumb. No. Bread crumbs. Your mother is making soup. गर्मी सर्दियाँ हैं. It's very cold. Okay, it's winters. And every evening your mother makes a point that when my son or my daughter comes back, उसको गरम गरम soup पिलाएंगे हम. Okay, so you say, Mom, the soup is very tasty, but can I have some bread crumbs? You say, can I have some bread crumbs? No. B is not spoken. Ma'am, Mama, can I have some bread crumb? Simple. जो किसी ब्रेड का, किसी रोटी के जो छोटे छोटे टुकड़े होते हैं, ठीक है ना, उनको क्रम्ब बोला जाता है. बट बी नहीं बोला जाता. बी उसका स्लीप मोड पे है. वाई? बिकॉज उससे पहले क्या कॉम्बिनेशन है? M plus B. Is that clear? When M is there, B has no status at all when it comes to the sound. Is that clear? So do you need a bread crumb or you need bread crumb? It is crumb. So what are you going to speak? How are you going to speak? Crumb. हिंदी में होता है ना, crumb means किसी चीज का order. Fine. Dumb. Buddhu. One who has no sense. One who is foolish. Okay. One who is silly. उसको भी हम बोलते हैं हमारी किसमें? हम इंग्लिश में, देसी इंग्लिश में क्या बोलते हैं? Don't be so dumb. Don't be so dumb. बी को तो इतना स्ट्रांगली बोलते हैं हम. बी को हम इतने फोर्स के साथ बोलते हैं कि जिसको तो एक्चुअली में बोलना ही नहीं है बिल्कुल भी. जिसको बिल्कुल भी नहीं बोलना उसको हम इतना स्ट्रांगली बोल रहे हैं. ओके, उल्टा हो गया है. वी आर स्पीकिंग इट completely with a thunder, with a blast. We are speaking. So we don't have to do that. We will say, why are you so dumb? Don't you have any sense? For silly, we say dumb. One who cannot hear is deaf. One who cannot speak is also dumb. जो बोल नहीं सकता, जिसको बोलने की शक्ति नहीं है, उसको भी डम बोला जाता है. गूंगा, हिंदी में इसको क्या बोलते हैं? गूंगा. डम के दो मीनिंग्स होते हैं. वन मीनिंग इज जिसको बोलने की शक्ति नहीं है, जिससे भगवान ने बोलने की शक्ति छीन ली है. इज दैट क्लियर? ओके. और दूसरा डम होता है आपका कैरेक्टर, आपका टेम्परामेंट, आपका नेचर. बुद्धू, सिली, फूलिश, उसको भी डम बोला जाता है. इन बोथ द केसेस हमने बी को नहीं बोलना. सो व्हाट डू वी हैव टू से? DUM, डम. Will we say, will we make create a sound of B? No. Keep this in mind. बहुत छोटी छोटी चीज़ें हैं, ये बहुत छोटे छोटे उच्चारण हैं, ये बहुत छोटी छोटी प्रोनाउंसिएशंस हैं. अगर आप सही कर लोगे तो you will come out very smartly. Keep this thing in mind, okay? On the contrary, आप खुद सोचो, आप बोलते हो deaf and dumb, deaf and dumb. ब को इतना झटका दे के बोलते हो, इतना ज़्यादा थंडर के साथ बोलते हो, पूरे अपने स्पीच का फोर्स ही आप बी पे लगा देते हो, जबकि आपको बोलना ही नहीं है बिल्कुल भी. फोर्स लगाना तो दूर की बात. फाइन. देन अनदर इंटरेस्टिंग वर्ड, कंघा, बाल बनाने के लिए. उसको आप लोग क्या बोलते हो? कोम्ब. कोम्ब. मम्मी मेरी कोम्ब कहाँ है? मेरे लगेज में कोम्ब रख दो. नहीं, कोम्ब. B is again silent. Okay, so it is COM and B is not spoken. Is that clear? So when do we not speak B? Letter B. When do we not take out the sound of letter B? As simple as that. First thing that we have done, when is B silent? When is B silent? When is B on a sleep mode? Please tell me, when is B on a sleep mode? When there is M before it. So this is on a sleep mode. So here it is climb, crumb, dumb, comb. Okay. So you can make more words. You can make. It is very easy. You pick up the dictionary, wherever you find MB, MB, MB combination, you do not have to speak B. Okay. Now C. For C also, when there is S before that and CLE, LE is before that. Now here you see muscle. You never say muscle. Do you say muscle? My muscles are paining. I have a problem in my muscles. No. Just because if S, C, L, E are together, we do not talk of this. Okay. So science. SCI. You do not say science. Do you say science? No. You will say mind. When is C on a sleep mode? When is C on a sleep mode? C is on a sleep mode when there is S before it. Is that clear? You can find more words and please mention it there, okay? So that we can discuss it with everyone. Another thing that we are Tuesday के बाद जो third day आता है उसको हम हिंदी में बुधवार बोलते हैं और इंग्लिश में ये बोलते हैं जो सामने लिखा हुआ है. Yes and no. पर हम most of the time आपने देखा होगा, मैंने जैसे I will tell you again, don't get confused. This has got two descriptions. If there is N after D, or if there is N before D. In both the cases, we do not speak D. Okay? आप ये मान के चलिए N और D का रिश्ता अच्छा नहीं है आपस में. N और D में बिल्कुल भी नहीं पटती. जहाँ पे N आ जाता है D को स्लीप मोड पर जाना पड़ता है. सिंपल. और भी कई सारे वर्ड्स आपको मिलेंगे जिन किसी भी वर्ड्स में you will find that if either on the left or on the right there is N preceding or after that, okay, you are not going to speak D there. Generally, यहाँ पे there are two words, hand plus kerchief. रुमाल. हिंदी में we call it रुमाल. Fine. So आप ये बोलते हो हमेशा, every time you are saying this thing, मम्मी मेरा handkerchief देना, मम्मी मेरा handkerchief देना. No, you do not speak D. Hanker, hanker, handkerchief. Is that clear? You call it handkerchief. You will not call it handkerchief. आपने दो स्लाइसेस के बीच में अगर आप आलू या पनीर बना के खाते हैं तो उसको आप लोग इंडिया में सैंडविच बोलते हो. आप किसी भी शॉप पे चले जाओ, कहीं भी चले जाओ, वहाँ पे भी बड़ा बड़ा लिखा रहता है गोलू की सैंडविच. ओके, इसकी सैंडविच, उसकी सैंडविच, चीज़ सैंडविच, बेस्ट चीज़ सैंडविच हिंदी में लिखा रहता है. उसमें भी ड लिखा रहता है. ओके, विच इज़ रॉन्ग. इट इज़ नॉट सैंडविच. बहुत कॉमनली हम बोलते हैं कुछ चीज़ें, हम इतना ज़्यादा कॉमनली बोलते हैं कि वो हमें करेक्ट लगने लग जाती हैं. That is why I always say sometimes the right becomes the wrong and the wrong becomes the right. Okay, but here we have to talk about the right and the right and the right only. Is okay? Fine. So here we are talking about the dish that you eat with two slices of bread, okay, and with some stuffing inside is not sandwich. Da nahi lagana. It is sandwich. It is SANDWICH. Yes and no? Okay. Now before this, there are two things. So when N has come, D has to go on a sleep mode. N before or after, in both the cases, D has to go on a sleep mode. So we are going to pronounce sandwich. सैंडविच, सैंडविच. आप लोग बोलते हैं कई बार, मैंने कईयों के मुंह से सुना है, तो भी नहीं बोलना जैसे कि हमारा थर्ड डे ऑफ द वीक. Right? So we do not have to speak this. This time N is after D. Not before D. और भी आपको जो भी words मिले, just keep in mind, whenever there is N and D, they are divorced to each other. They do not get along at all. It has to go on a sleep mode. So it is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It is not Wednesday. It is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Just keep this thing in mind. There are more words. I need to have some more words. Please, in the answer box, you can put in the words so it's clear. We have done three things. B, because of M. ठीक है? C, because of S. Then D, because of N. Simple. Simple thing. We have learned three silent words. We will never make mistake. B, never spoken because of M. C, never spoken because of S. And D, never spoken because of N. As simple as that. You will remember now and you will enjoy speaking. Make more words, as many words as possible. Okay? Now next comes E. E is not pronounced at the end of the word and usually makes the vowel long. Okay? Now here you must have seen E is most of the time not spoken. Fine? You never, fine. You never say hoppy. You never say drivey. You never say givey, gavey or givey, whatever. You never say righty. You never say sighty. Okay. But why are we not speaking this E? Why is this E sound not spoken? Remember, उससे पहले consonant है अगर उससे पहले consonant है तो ओके consonant यहाँ पे T है, यहाँ पे भी T है, यहाँ पे V है, यहाँ पे V है, यहाँ पे P है ओके और ऐसे बहुत सारे words हैं. There are many words which are ending with E and we do not speak. Okay, but if we call it SETI, here there are two words. Fine? Sorry, two letters. And both are vowels. Here we are going to speak. Fine? Then again THERE. There. We are not speaking this. But when we talk about the, we are speaking it. Why? Because still we are not speaking this. We are speaking the second last one. Is that clear? So whenever you are going to end, now here again, this is an interesting word. In this we have got two rules. Two rules we have. Okay, and I will tell you what are these two rules. So first of all, I will want to tell you that E is not pronounced at the end of the words and that is why it usually makes a very long vowel. Okay, vowel becomes very long. But if there are two vowels together in the end, then it is uttered. Then it is spoken. Fine? Now the next one that we are doing is silent G. In many places, G is not spoken. Like foreign. What do you see here? Rain. Okay? This is champagne. GN. But here you have E also in the end. This is what I am trying to say. Here the two rules are applied. G is not spoken if it is ending with E. कई लोग बोलते हैं शैम्पेंगने, शैम्पेंगने. नो, हमने तो पूरा ही बोलना है ना, हम इंडियंस हैं. हमने एक एक अक्षर के साथ इंसाफ करना है. बट जी और एन जब मिल जाते हैं तो जी नहीं बोला जाता, सिर्फ एन बोला जाता है. जी स्लीप मोड पे चला जाता है और ई के को तो हम बोलेंगे ही नहीं. E we are not going to speak because E comes in the end of the word, and if E comes at the end of the word, we do not speak at all. Okay, good evening, Arshit. Good evening, and good evening, 3 or more gentlemen. Now, foreign. Foreign में भी अगर G और N आ गया तो हमने इसको कैसे बोल रहे हैं? हम इसको ऐसे बोल रहे हैं. ओके, साइन हम इसको ऐसे बोल रहे हैं. फेन, फेन मीन्स किसी चीज को छुपाना. ओके, ढकना. चीट करना, वी आर कॉलिंग इट ऐसे. रेन, रेन मीन्स कोई रूल. ओके, राज, किसी का राज जो होता है, वी आर स्पीकिंग इट दिस वे. सो वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू स्पीक जी if there is N after that. Okay, so here you have to keep in mind signature will be there because sig अलग हो गया और nature अलग हो गया है. पर जब signature की जगह हम उसको 4 letter में बोलते हैं SIGN, तब हम नहीं बोलेंगे, तब हम sign बोलेंगे. E हो जाएगा. Okay, अगर मैं ये आपको बोलूं कि हमने इसको हटा दिया तो ये sin हो जाएगा. No, जी की साउंड आपकी आई और ई वाली जाएगी. इट इज गोइंग टू बी साइन. फाइन. सो दिस इज क्लियर. फर्स्ट रूल वॉज फॉर बी, सेकेंड वॉज फॉर सी, थर्ड वन वॉज फॉर डी, Wednesday. Now we are talking about E. E, if it is coming at the end of the word, it will not be spoken at all. Fine. Then we call about G, silent G if there is N after that. Fine. GH. Sometimes there are two words, letters that are not spoken together. That is GH. GH is not pronounced before T or at the end of many words. ये बहुत common है. आप ये देखिए. Remove this and still you will be able to speak. Remove this, still you are going to speak. Remove this. Okay. Wait, that is missing. Fine. So what do you see? What is common in all these words? After the crosses, after every cross, there is T, T. Okay. Some changes are there though. T, T is there, T is there, T is there. T, T and T. Okay. Then again, there are many words. GH तो बहुत common है, बहुत ज़्यादा common है, और जिस किसी भी GH के बाद T आ जाता है तो आप उस GH को नहीं बोलेंगे, आप बोलेंगे daughter, light, might, night, fright. रात को भी तो आप GHT होता है तो ये नहीं बोलते हो, आप night बोलते हो. ठीक है? So this is what you have to keep in mind is the clear. Next is H. H. Okay. H is not pronounced when following W. Some speakers whisper the H and before. Okay. Now here, whisper. H से पहले अगर W आ जाता है तो H को नहीं बोला जाता. What? Who? Where? When? Which? Whisper. When? What? Where? There are many words. Who? Etc. etc. So you call it whisper. You call it which. You call it when. You call it what. You call this where. You call this who. Is that clear? So when W and H are together, H loses its existence. H does not exist in speech if there is W before that. Okay? Uske pehle. Is that clear? Uske pehle if there is W. Interesting? Got it? So, H के दो rules हैं. पहला रूल ये है जो मैंने अभी आपको कराया. एक बार H के मैं आपके साइलेंट मोड के दो रूल्स हैं. फर्स्ट, अगर H से पहले अगर W है तो H स्लीप मोड पे चला जाएगा. बट इफ आफ्टर H देयर इज सम वॉवल, then also we are not going to speak that. Fine? Like, we do not say hour. No, we say hour. We do not say honest. We say honest. We do not say honor. मैंने कईयों को बोला है honor, honor. No, 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 no. Okay. We do not say hair. It is heir. Is that clear? Uttradhikari. ओके, वी डू नॉट से हर्ब. आप देखिए, हर्बल मेडिसिन्स, हर्बल कॉस्मेटिक्स, ओके, हर्ब हम हर्बीवोरस भी बोलते हैं हम, काफ़ी कुछ हम ऐसे बोलते हैं. तो एच तो बोला ही नहीं जाएगा, क्योंकि एच के बाद अगर ई आ गया है, सो यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू स्पीक, यू विल कॉल इट हर्बीवोरस, यू विल बी से herb. Okay, herbal medicines, but it is so common. English is no longer English in India, it has become Hinglish. So आज मैं आपको बोल भी रही हूँ कि बेटा, it is not called herb, is not called herb, it is called herb. You will find it difficult to believe it, you will find it hard to believe it. You will say, ma'am, is it really? I just don't, can't believe it, ma'am. बट इट इज़ देयर, बिकॉज यू नो समटाइम्स कुछ प्रैक्टिस इतनी कॉमन हो जाती हैं कि रॉन्ग प्रैक्टिस भी हमें करेक्ट प्रैक्टिस लगने लग जाती है. फाइन. सो एच हैज़ गॉट टू रूल्स of being silent. Okay, H has got two rules of being silent. If it has W as a consonant, as a W before that, or if it has vowel after that. Fine. Now, pronounced H. H is pronounced at the beginning of these common words. Use article a with the voiced H. But wherever it is spoken as, okay, wherever it is spoken as, there you have to use a with that. Okay, in some exceptional cases it is spoken, and here we are seeing only two vowels, that is O and E. But if it is I, it is A, then you can speak it. Fine. E here is an exception. Silent K. चाकू को क्या बोलते हैं? नाइफ. घुटनों को क्या बोलते हैं? नी. नॉलेज को क्या बोलते हैं? नो. खटखटाना, नॉक. ओके, आप ये देखिए, हम यहाँ पे इसको कनाइफ नहीं बोल रहे, हम इसको कनी नहीं बोल रहे, कनो नहीं बोल रहे, कनॉक नहीं बोल रहे, कनॉलेज नहीं बोल रहे. व्हाट आर वी नॉट डूइंग? हमने के की जो क की साउंड है उसको हमने नहीं बोल रहे, हम सिर्फ एन की जो न की साउंड है उसको बोल रहे हैं. व्हाई? अगेन एज आई टोल्ड यू that H and T never go together, daughter. Okay, so same way आपका N और K बिल्कुल भी साथ नहीं चल सकते, they can never get along. So whenever N is there, K becomes silent. कुछ एक छोटे छोटे टिप्स अगर आप याद रख लोगे तो आप रीडिंग करते वक्त कभी भी प्रोनाउंसिएशन की गलती नहीं करोगे. आपको बार बार टोकना नहीं पड़ेगा कि नहीं बेटा, इट इज़ नॉट कनाइफ, इट इज़ नाइफ, इट इज़ नॉट knocks, it is knock. You should know it yourself. It is just like mathematics, as I told you. कुछ फॉर्मूले याद रखने पड़ते हैं, कुछ टैबुलर्स याद रखने पड़ते हैं. अगर हमें वो चीज़ें याद, अगर हम केमिस्ट्री में, बायोलॉजी में, फिज़िक्स में, मैथ्स में अगर हम रूल्स को याद करके ही अगर अपने सॉल्यूशंस करते हैं तो सेम चीज़ हमें इंग्लिश में भी करनी है. इंग्लिश के साथ हमें हेड एंड ट्रायल नहीं करना बिल्कुल भी. फाइन. नाउ हियर एल इज़ नॉट स्पोकन बिफोर. एल तो कई जगहों पे बेचारा रिजेक्टेड है. एल इज रिजेक्टेड एट मैनी मैनी प्लेसेस, lot many places it is rejected. L is not spoken before L only. Okay, L is not spoken pronounced before D. L is not pronounced before F. L, D, F, M, K. Just keep in mind, wherever there is L, D, F, M, K, after L means what consonants? These are consonants. If these consonants are there after letter L, we are not going to speak L at all. Okay? कई students बोलते हैं calm, calm, no, calm. You will only say calm. But the vowel is going to be a long vowel. Keep in mind, it is going to be a long vowel. Calm. Fine? आधा, half. देखिए L plus F हो गया. अगर F है So we do not have to speak. So it is not half, it is half, because F is there after that. Yay! This is again one of the cuisines of the West, okay? It is made out of, you can say, the minced meat. Some people call it salmon, salmon, salmon. It is a kind of a fish also, okay? One of the breeds of fish, okay? It is not salmon. बहुत common word है, बहुत ज़्यादा common है. हर जगह people in India are calling it salmon, salmon. No, it is salmon, salmon. Please, I need some salmon for my sandwich. Is that clear? So do you need a salmon for your sandwich or you need a salmon for your sandwich? D is not there with N, and here with L, M is not there, okay? So salmon. Talk, it is talk? No, talk. Talk, because there is K after that. Here, it is a kind of a speech, B-A-L-K, non-stop speech, okay? We do not, most of the time people say balk, balk. No, balk, balk. You will only use, you will speak it this way, balk. You will speak it this way, talk. Fine? Would. Again, D is there, okay? So it will be would. L is not there. We are not saying would, should. No. We will say this is not there. So, अगर L के बाद कौन से consonants? L itself, D, F, M and K. These 5. अगर ये 5 consonants are there after the letter L, then L is going to be on a sleep mode completely. It's completely going to be on a sleep mode. Words, and you will have to talk about the pronunciation, okay, in the answer box, and I will discuss it with you. I hope this was useful to you. Let us have a review.